What's up, everybody?
I'm Jackson.
I'm Kenny.
And we are
JK Builders. If you're new to the channel and you love Lego, you should definitely subscribe. And if you wouldn't mind hitting the like button, it helps out the channel a whole bunch, and it's always appreciated. But today we're doing yet another review of a set from round 3 of the Bricklink designer program. It is the 1950s Diner. Jackson, box please.
Well, it's 18 plus the item number is 910011, and it is 1,379 pieces.
Minifigs?
Generic, really generic. So there's like a chef.
Sure, but it comes with 4. That's what I was asking. It comes with 4
4 minifigs.
Yeah. So cool.
It comes with these two people who are visiting the diner, and then a chef and a waiter.
Right. Cool. So you see the box here. You got the diner over here, Bricklink up here. Of course, you have the Lego logo right here. It is official Lego.
It's Lego.
We explained that in our last couple videos, but
Bricklink is owned by Lego.
Right. On the back of the box, it shows you how the roof opens up and all the different features that are on the inside, and then just another view of everything that is involved. This is really a small box compared to the other two that we have of construction site and the Mountain View Observatory. This box is actually very small. So
it's pretty small.
It's just 1,379 pieces though, so this was the smallest, I believe, of the sets that were available through the Bricklink designer program. Also the least expensive at just $129 retail for this one.
And now this goes for like $300 on eBay.
It does. I just checked eBay. They go for about $300. So again, we'll talk about whether or not we think it's worth it to go out and buy this on the third party if you didn't have the opportunity to purchase it from the Bricklink designer program itself. But we'll discuss more about that later. Again, these do not come with instructions. You just have to download the app, the Lego Builder app, and you're able to find the instructions for these. So that is the gist of the box. Let's go ahead and check out this set. So here it is, the 1950s Diner. Let's check out the accessories and minifigs first, of course. So it comes with this lady. She's carrying a little like croissant or something, like a pastry. Has a glass in her hand, so she has already been served. Obviously just a patron of the diner and is enjoying what she bought there. It has this guy here, which I would assume is with the lady. I'd assume they also pulled up in this old school Cadillac-looking car. He too has a glass in his hand that he's drinking. Some cool sunglasses. Has that nice 1950s haircut with the unbuttoned hoodie.
Sideburns. I love the sideburns.
Yes, he does have sideburns. Very cool.
Always need the sideburns.
You have the waitress, which of course is wearing roller skates. She's carrying the tray with the food on it. Looks like she's got a waffle, a donut, and a yum blot. She's wearing the little zip-up jacket as well. Has the glasses. Pretty good minifigure. But again, like Jackson said, these are all very generic, as they have been from all these sets. But you know, they represent people that would be at such a diner. Then you have a chef. Now, I was a little disappointed. He has just a plain white shirt on. Like, absolutely no printing on that shirt. Not really sure why. But then he's got the pants that have the paint on it, which are the painter pants that we saw in the previous set, which was the mechanical worker on the observatory. So a little disappointed in his apparel, to be honest. But he's got the baker hat. He's got the beard. He's holding a knife and another yum blot there in his hand. If you don't know, yum blots are hot dogs. It's just what aliens call them, right? Yes. People from Mars.
Copywriting.
The other thing that we have as far as a accessory goes is we have this little gas pump. I'm not sure how we'll fit that into this building in the city, or if we'll use it at all, because we do have a couple of gas stations already in the city. But it does come with the gas pump, which is kind of cool, I guess. I'm not too crazy about that, but it is there.
I feel like maybe this guy could have been with this, but without the logo.
Yeah, that right there. Logo. This right here is the something similar to what should have been on the chef outfit, I guess.
But this.
That's just a little too
Cue the sad music.
And then of course you have this old school car, which I thought was pretty cool. This is very similar to what you'd see in like a Speed Champions lineup. Lots of cool little details on this. Very cool color with the pink and the white and gray. Some great part usage in this as well. Like right here for these rear view mirrors, you have coffee cups, silver coffee cups. On the front, look how cool this is, Jackson. I don't know if you noticed, these are swords for the front bumper.
I did notice that.
Yeah, and you got like these horn pieces for different details. So yeah, it's very, very cool. It's got the American flag license plate. It's got a can lid for the back right there.
Yeah, doors can't open.
Yeah, the doors don't open, but the top does pop off. You got the front seat there. There's actually not actual seats. but it has the back of the seat. And then it has the rear seat also right there. And then you have the dash with a steering wheel. So not crazy detailed, but it is a fun little build and a cool car. One thing about it is it is a little bit large. It's a little on the large side. It's 8 studs wide, so it really isn't going to fit super well on most people's cities. If we compare it to the Porsche Speed Champion set that just came out, which is the largest of the Speed Champion cars that came out in this last release, it's actually bigger. Like, it's the same length, same width, but it's quite a bit taller. So it just feels really large. Like, I feel like they probably should have made it a little bit smaller. Seems a little bit big. And it's gonna have a hard time fitting in cities, I'm afraid. And might feel a little bit too big for most roads.
Actually a little bit longer if you line that up.
We've kind of kept our city to mostly 6 stud wide cars like the Speed Champions and Lego City cars. So this one might look a little funny if we put it in the city, but I guess we'll see when we get it down there. But very cool build nonetheless. All right, and now we have the diner itself. We'll give you a 360 view of this. Very cool. It has that cool 50s diner look to it for sure. They definitely nailed the look. It has the front entrance right here with the glass doors. Right here it has the menu, and it says, "If we can fry it, you can try it. No salads." On the outside of the building, you got these lights hanging here. It has the big marquee over the door that says Shakes, Burgers, Fries, and Coffee. These were sticker pieces. There were quite a few stickers on this one. Stickers, stickers, sticker, sticker, sticker. Just a handful of printed pieces though as well. Up here it says Diner, of course, has the big sign with the fries and the hamburger. Jackson built those pieces. That was his contribution. You have a couple of lights here and here to shine lights up onto the sign and the burger and fries. Coming around the back, you just have a couple more windows, some little grill panels here on the back. Nothing too crazy. You have these brick pieces here on the bottom, the mortar pieces that go along the bottom, which looks nice. You know, it's just kind of a smaller build, but it was 1,300 pieces. Let me tell you why this was 1,300 pieces. Once again, much like the observatory, this was just loaded with tiny, tiny pieces, and I'll show you on the inside. So to open it up, you just remove the top. It just fits in nicely. And on the inside, you can see all those tiny pieces. You see that floor? Those are all one by one tiles that we had to put down one at a time. It took quite a long time. Is not a whole lot of fun. I'm not even sure how many of them there are. I'd assume there's over 100 tiles. I don't know. There was well over 100 tiles, I would say. But on the inside of here, there is quite a few really cool details. So you come in the front door right there. It's got these like different food varieties on the wall for decorations: waffles, donuts, pie. You got a coat rack right here next to the door. You have these really cool stools right here up at the bar. You got a little counter top over here with a list, like a menu or something. Nice little jukebox build right there. It's pretty cool. Here you have a light. And then you just have a bunch of stuff, just random stuff that you'd see like on the walls of an old diner. Like a guitar, a trophy, a bunch of records. There's records. Over here's another cool little light. You got maps, newspaper articles,
money,
flags, money. Yeah, you got bottles, pans, knives, all sorts of stuff. You got a coffee machine. Right there you got a little frying pan where they're cooking some burgers. Right here this sign says welcome, tips welcome, advice is not. So just a funny little sign. Over here you have a little booth where people can sit. You have, it looks like a menu, and then maybe like a salt and pepper shaker or some drinks or something right there on the table. But yeah, again, the thing about this one that you'd notice is definitely that checkerboard floor, and it was not an easy process putting all those down. And you know, it made it so that it was a little bit tedious, and the bulk of the pieces in this one are very, very small. So
yeah, I feel you.
Yeah, it is very cool. It's a fun little build. It'll look nice in our city. We do have to find a place for it since we do already have the diner modular building. So we'll probably have to put it at the opposite end of the city, but we're really excited to get it down there and see how it looks. Yeah. All right, Jackson, the 1950s diner. What are some of the things you like about this one?
Well, I really like, I feel like this would be as close as a 50s diner as you can get, pretty much. Like, the checkered floor, all the stuff on the walls. This car, oh, I broke it.
Yeah, the whole thing just screams 50s. They definitely themed it very, very well. It looks different and unique. I really like it. We didn't build it on a Mills plate just because it didn't come on a base plate. So we're going to have to work it into a Mills plate somehow. I know Brixie did one just recently that we saw. Definitely check out that video, but he had parking stalls out in front.
Yeah, it was cool.
So we'll do something similar to that, but we haven't really figured out how we're going to do that yet. We're probably going to have to put this over at our new expansion over by the residential end. You know, the more I think about it, the less residential it's going to end up being. It's going to have a diner, it's going to have an observatory, but it will have a log cabin.
I mean, don't you need to eat if you live in a residential area?
Of course, yeah.
I mean, yeah.
So yeah, it'll just be a fun place to visit for our Lego City. Jackson, this one, like I said, it retailed for $129. You know, for 1,300 pieces, that's a pretty good. It did have lots of tiny pieces though. But Jackson, would you go out and pay $300 for this one?
No. I mean, $300 is way too much for a small set that's 1,000 pieces and like 4 minifigs.
Yeah, that's a little bit much. This is one that I could definitely see people just buying the parts for and building themselves.
Definitely.
You don't necessarily need this car either.
You don't.
If you're not dying to have this car, this is something you could definitely build this if you wanted to just add the building to your city without the car. This wasn't necessarily needed. I mean, it's a nice touch. It's a cool car, but it is a little on the big side. It may not fit in a lot of people's cities, and I don't feel like it was necessarily needed for the set. But this part's very, very cool. Now, again, you are going to have to work it into the city somehow. We're going to have to build it on a Mills plate. I mean, the minifigs are cool, but they're not super special. The gas pump we probably won't use because we already have gas stations in our city. So really, what we really wanted here was this building. And paying $300 for this, I don't feel like is justified. So yeah, if this is one that you're interested in, I would probably see about parting it out. This is one that I would definitely look into doing that. I think you could get it for much, much cheaper than $300, and you could get just the building. Like I said, unless you really want the car. To some people, it might be worth $300. If they really want the minifigs and they really want this car, then they may be willing to shell out the $300 for it. But personally, I don't think it's really worth that much. So we're hard at work on our expansion of our city, building that residential area. Hope to get that finished here in the next couple of days so we can start putting this all together. Like I said, our next city update is going to be a big one. So stay tuned for that. Definitely hit the bell notification so that you get notified once we post that video because it is coming very, very soon. All right, so the 1950s diner from the Bricklink designer program. Do you have it? Do you want it? What do you think about it? Comment down below. As always, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And until next time, keep on building.